Hello, my name is Willie Baptist. I'm here with the Dr. and Reverend Liz Theoharis. We're from the Kairos Center, and we are appreciative of the struggles that are taking place in Aberdeen, of the homeless brothers and sisters and others who assist them in this whole struggle. This struggle is part of a general struggle of the homeless and poor that is developing throughout this country, particularly the homeless who are having to find no other relief other than to set up encampments in tent cities so as to have a roof over, temporary shack or roof over their head, and to survive, to fight for survival. And they're being moved on like many other encampments throughout the country. Poverty is getting worse here in the richest country in the world, and the ranks of the homeless is growing by leaps and bounds. I and other members of the Kairos Center have been very supportive of the struggle there and supportive of the efforts of homeless folks throughout the country to organize themselves, which is the most important thing. I was homeless on the streets of Philadelphia. I was part of a group called the Kinston Worker Rights Union and the Homeless Union, and we set up encampments, and we fought like hell for those encampments because that was like the only way we can defend ourselves against the elements and protect ourselves in those communities, only to have at times us having to retreat. Sometimes we won, sometimes we lost, but what was most important was that we held together. We built organization, and that is so important, and especially in these times where the problem is getting worse and other sections of the poor and dispossessed are beginning to move, as evident by this Poor People's Campaign. We want to take a stand of support with the struggles there. We're going to continue to be supported in whatever way we can. We know what the brothers and sisters are going through. We are urging them to hold on and that you're not by yourself. We're with you. And the struggles that are happening throughout the country, we're building community, building mutual support of each other, and your struggle is very much an indispensable part of that effort.
And today we also want to lift up and celebrate the fact that the court ruled an injunction on moving homeless encampments away from the river. We know it's a temporary victory, but it's an important one, where homeless people and faith leaders and other activists that have come forward standing for housing, justice, anti-poverty work for all, were able to come out and say, we can't move people, that it's cruel and inhuman to be trying to attack these encampments, trying to attack poor people, right at a time when we have 140 million people who are poor, or one emergency away from poverty, right at a time when there's more than 10 million people who are homeless in this country, some of the highest numbers of homelessness this country has ever seen, right at a time when there are 62 million jobs that don't pay a living wage, and many homeless folks have to work 1, 2, 3, 4 jobs just to try to survive, and often can't find the resources to stay housed and safe and dry from the elements. And so as a Presbyterian minister, I follow a Savior who says in the Bible, foxes have dens and birds of the air have their nests, but human beings, the Son of Man, is homeless. And coming out of struggles of homeless and poor people to organize and fight back, we have this saying: why is it that we worship a homeless man on Sunday, but ignore one on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday, and for most of Sunday, in fact, as well? We have the wherewithal, the means, the capacity to end homelessness right now. But instead, there's an ongoing attack on poor people, an ongoing attack on homeless people, in Aberdeen and Westport, Washington, in Oregon, in California, in Kentucky, in Arkansas, in Alabama, in Massachusetts, in New York, and in all the states of these yet to be United States, where we know that homeless people, poor people, need to come together and organize, unite, and find a way to make our voices heard, find a way to enact and build up the power to be able to make the power structures, say yes, in the words of Dr. King, when they're really desirous of saying no. We know that when poor people organize, when homeless people organize, we can win. And the victory of a 30-day stay on eviction is a win, and it's just the beginning. We're going to keep on organizing, we're going to keep on fighting, and a nonviolent, powerful army of poor people and homeless people is rising up to end homelessness and poverty and misery for all. So we thank you for the work that those are doing in Grays Harbor, Washington. We connect it with the fights of homeless people all across this country to bring about real life and liberty and a pursuit of happiness like the founding creed of our nation. And we know that together we can organize, together we can win.